So how do you get your first 1,000 subscribers as a small YouTuber? Well, in this two-part series, I'll be sharing all my tips and strategies to grow my other YouTube channel to 3,000 subscribers. Hey there, Adam here from Hustle Savvy. I help entrepreneurs to grow their audience and income with YouTube. Before we begin, let me give you some context about my other YouTube channel, Pixel Mystique. So the focus of the channel is related to game development and specifically to independent or indies game developers. And the final upload is January 24th, 2020 right here. Just to give you context, I have stopped focusing on this channel and yet it's still growing in terms of subscribers and views day after day, month after month. So we're gonna have a look at how I achieved this and basically look at this as a case study and understand how I managed to turn this into a passive income generator even until today. So one of the biggest lessons I learned is all about channel positioning. So it started off as a channel for me to create video logs or dev logs as we call it to showcase the game projects that I was working on. And what you're seeing here is one of the examples of the game, and I was narrating through it. I was explaining the concept, I was explaining the different gameplay mechanics, I was adding the different characters. And it was always focused on the progress of the video game itself. So basically, over time, I made the transition to create more educational, more tutorial-based content. So that's lesson number one. Make sure that you have good channel positioning. Make sure you know what your channel is really about and make sure you find ways to articulate that to your audience in the right way. Right here in my channel, you can see that I made a channel banner and it says making games and helping others learn game development. And I give some tips, tutorials, inspirational content. And it clearly shows in a glance what this channel is about, and it gives people more reason to subscribe if they're interested in the subject, in the topics that I am going to produce on this particular channel. So this segues nicely to the next tip, which is the transition from selfish content to selfless content. As I mentioned before, a lot of people start YouTube thinking that they should just do the old school vlog style content. Now there is a place for that. There is going to be this connection that you can build over time with your audience and show a little bit of your personality, a little bit of things that's happening in your personal life, and you can very selectively curate that. You don't share maybe everything, that's up to you. But I think when you're just starting out, you should be more focused on giving others value and less about talking about yourself. And this is where the biggest shift happened for this YouTube channel. Let's have a look here. When I first started out, if you go to videos tab and sort by oldest, the oldest videos are all looking about my development on the devlog or the development of the game itself, with one exception here. This is a selfless video where I create valuable informational content, and this is how I compiled a list of best Udemy courses to help new indie game developers get started with game development. So it's not a complete resource list in any means, but it's a good starting point. And as you can see here, despite being 2 years old, it's still generating views, and it's 30k views compared to this first few videos I've made, which is less than 1,000 views. In fact, I continue to make all these developer diaries or devlogs, and you can see they're just getting a few hundred views. Channel intro trailer doesn't count because, well, it's just there to autoplay when subscribers hit your channel. But when you compare to other educational content videos, like this Trello one here, this has more views. And then this one right here, these two are interrelated. They're also about Trello, and it's more about focusing on the project management aspect of game development, which is a topic I identified as quite underserved. And again, these are helpful content. These are selfless content. These are tutorials on how to use project management tools and to serve my audience in the game development niche. So this is one of the breaking points. This is when I realized I had the aha moment of, what if I create more of these high-performing selfless content? What if I help other indie game developers to get started with game development? What if I start making videos on topics that they're looking for? This is the next tip I have. Make searchable content. This is when I start deep diving into what we call SEO, search engine optimization. So as you can see, when I type these keywords, best Udemy courses for game development, into Google search, when you scroll down, you'll start seeing a bunch of search results, and there you go. One of my YouTube videos is being surfaced as a carousel, as a recommendation from Google, and it's telling people that, hey, this is one of the most useful resources that will answer your specific question. And the same thing goes to YouTube. When I key in the same keywords in YouTube, which they're different search engines, but they're owned by the same company and they interconnect and they talk to each other, right? And there it is again, best Udemy courses, my video is #1 in the search results. And the same thing goes when I key in how to use Trello for game development in Google search, and lo and behold, a video banner first appears with Google telling the most important moment right here, the link to my YouTube video, and once again in the video carousel search results, there it is, another one of my videos. And if I go to YouTube to search for the same keywords, the 2 videos I made about game development for Trello again appears, and it's #1 and #3 in search. And this is how I get discovered. Just to show you some of my analytics and information, let's have a look here on this video. We can look at reach, that is how YouTube display in their analytics, how do people get to your video. And as you can see, over time, it gets higher and higher. And when you scroll down, you can see traffic sources. Look at that, 75.9% of how people landed on this particular video is through YouTube search. The other small percentages are dwarfed, really. And this, you can look at the external traffic source. The #1 is Google search. So as you can see, these two can play very well together, especially when you're just starting out and people are just learning about your channel, about your brand. So you see, you can make the best video on earth. You can have the best content, the best B-roll, the best animation and voiceover narration, but it's no point to do that if no one is going to find your video. You need to position it in a way that it entices people to look for it, and it needs to be found in search to help you boost your views. And this important lesson is what drove my video view count higher and higher each month on Pixel Mystic Games, and it also drive the growth through more subscribers once they are convinced that this YouTube channel is useful to them and is bringing them lots of value. And that's how I grow to beyond 1,000 subscribers. By the way, if you want to learn more about search engine optimization and how to rank on YouTube, check out this video I made right here. I go deep with some examples and even the tools that I use. Link for it is also in the description below. Hey, if you like this video, stay tuned for part 2. I'll be sharing more tips and strategies on how I got my first 1,000 subscribers in my other YouTube channel. So subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll get notified when that video is ready. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.